Do you know we have a... Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Do I know we have a what?
We'll figure it out later.
Oh. Is this good news or bad news? Like, what do I?
It's good news.
What do I have to look forward to?
It's super exciting. We'll get to that later on in the show.
It's in the show?
It is in the show.
But you're not gonna.
Nope.
What the?
We've got awesome topics this week.
What is wrong with
Starting
you?
off with Google forces European Android OEMs to pay a licensing fee for Google apps.
Such a
Hooray.
jerk. We've got, a leaked, Samsung revealed their mobile design roadmap, which is focused on burying components under the screen rather than putting them in notches. Thank you, Samsung.
Hooray.
For being after mine heart here, because, oh man, thank you.
Fantastic. Discord TOS update revokes users' right to sue as a group, as a class action group.
And AMD has responded to Intel's 9th gen benchmarks. They are super thrilled with the original numbers that were posted by Principal Technologies. They love when their processors look like 2/3 as fast as someone else's, when that is not in fact the case. So it's a super warm and fuzzy press release. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Yeah. For now, let's roll that intro.
Sweet. Oh.
Oh crap! What just happened? Oh no! Why is that there?
What?
No, this is for one of our sponsors. I don't understand why it's there. Is the intro in there? Oh wow! That's not. Yeah.
What did you do, Jake?
I blame.
Click on that again.
I blame John. No, I don't want to click it again. Let's just. Yeah. WAN Show time.
Sweet. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Okay. This.
Look. One day, I'm gonna hire a producer, but just for one day, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? The show was better. The show was better when it sucked.
We liked the problems. I'm gonna do the verbal call-outs. Thank you, SmartDeploy, Squarespace, and Savage Jerky.
Yeah, for sponsoring today's hot mess.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we jump right into?
We're going. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Sweet.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
James picks what he thinks are the main topics, but I don't know. I don't always agree anyway.
Those are
so
sponsors.
We're not on YouTube. What do you mean we're not on YouTube?
What did you even do, Jake?
It says live right here. I don't understand.
Is it unlisted?
Is it unlisted? That's possible. Yes, it is unlisted.
Okay.
We were unlisted.
Nice.
Unlisted on YouTube. Well.
Did 109 people make it here unlisted?
That's good. Really? Wow.
How did that?
That is impressive.
Did you leave your tab open for a week?
This is something I've always kind of wondered about.
Yeah.
So, you know how the only thing keeping an unlisted video or an unlisted Imgur post or whatever it is, an unlisted thing private, the only thing keeping it private is that sort of pseudo-random string of characters after the domain.
Well, and I think uncrawlers don't pick it up.
Okay, fine. But when you upload something unlisted, if anyone were to just typo, if they were to typo in something that happened to exactly perfectly match what you uploaded, they would be able to access it immediately.
Yeah.
And
likeliness is very low.
You look at something. Well, okay. Here, hold on a second.
Try it.
Because here's what you know. What? Okay, I will.
That just seems fun. I'm not even really challenged. I'm just interested.
We're gonna. You know what? F it. We're gonna do it live.
I just want to see. If you get anything, I suspect you'll get a public video.
You think so? Okay. All right.
I don't know though if the addresses for public and unlisted videos are different. Maybe unlisted videos have longer ones.
I think this is going to be YouTube chat plays. Try to find the unlisted video.
So, sweet.
Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. First, I need to double check YouTube's stupid link shortener here. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna grab this, and I want to know how many characters it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's only 11 characters. And when you think about the sheer number of videos that get uploaded to YouTube,
No numbers, right? Is it no number? There is numbers.
There's
okay.
numbers. There's numbers.
Lowercase, capital, and numbers.
I like them odds. I like them odds.
All right.
So here, hold on. I don't even know if like my screen sharing is. Oh boy. We are having a good day today.
Yes.
Properties. We're gonna deactivate that thing.
Someone clapped twice, and then your screen sharing went away.
There we go. Beautiful. All right. So guys, hit me up here. I need to know what we should start typing. You go first.
Apparently, it also has a what? Capital S.
Yes. All right. YouTube chat. Let's go. Okay. YouTube chat is really not on the ball today.
Twitch chat. You guys are next.
Head over to Twitch chat. Yeah, Twitch chat.
Start
you guys
yelling.
are up. Okay, we got F. I don't know if that was to pay respects or if that was just.
Both sides said F.
Okay, we're not just putting in all Fs, you guys. Oh, drive me nuts here.
Lowercase p.
Lowercase p. I saw 5.
Sure.
Okay. Someone wants a ye, so let's get that in there. What do we got? We got 6 so far. Give me a couple more.
Go YouTube side.
No more Fs.
Oh, that's
okay,
Twitch
Twitch
still.
chat. You guys are done. Too many Fs.
Too many Fs.
All right, we got a 2. We got a 2 over on YouTube from Hunter. Thank you. We've got a capital A from whatever.
Hey, Twitch chat. Press F for
An
F.
E, a 6. Okay, hold on. I think that's it. So let's try it.
Okay. Video unavailable.
So is that a swing
Was that a
and a miss?
video at one point in time?
Or was it deleted?
I don't know.
And also, why is this broken?
That's pretty
boy.
weird.
Reminds me of that time long ago when YouTube went down for
And Flowplane usage was
nearly
like
an hour. And did it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was sweet. We had a rise of signups and we had a rise of viewership. It was awesome.
Actually did not know that.
Appreciate it, YouTube. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was actually on a call with them this week, and like the first thing I said, I was like,
we're missing a digit.
Oh, are we?
Apparently.
Hold on.
People are saying that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we got 10.
Oh, okay.
No, we got 10. We just failed.
It wasn't 11?
We could just try like a 7 at the end, though. No, that's unavailable too. I mean, okay. So anyway, my point was, if someone accidentally found it, they would be able to access it. I don't exactly remember where I was going with this, so it's sort of irrelevant at this point. But
oh no, we were talking about the stream, and then it came up of whether or not people would be able to find it.
Oh yeah, right.
But the link doesn't change week to week.
So what I was gonna say was, could there be like a botnet out there that is trying random strings, and then just it could be as simple as screen scraping it to determine if it's an unlisted video, and then like compiling this database of videos that people were never intended to see.
Sure.
Could 100 of them have ended up watching the WAN show before it started? Okay, that seems less likely, but I don't even know how you navigate to a live stream. Like,
me neither, but I think
I thought you just go to like their channel page. Anyway.
Yeah, but when it's unlisted, right? But then apparently the link doesn't change. So people had tabs open, which seems to be quite common.
Yes, my influence is going well. I still remember when you used to give me crap about having so many tabs open. Yeah. Now it's like, can't live without my tabs.
Dude,
gotta have my tabs.
Work computer, like partway through the week, I just was maxed out. I was trying to figure out like why pages weren't really loading properly and stuff, and I was like, what the heck? Open Task Manager, 100% of physical memory used. I was like, I only have browser tabs open. That's the only thing I'm doing.
And because it's Chrome, that's like 17.
Yeah. It was wild.
All right. So speaking of Google and their infinite wisdom, this first topic here was posted by Aluminium Tech on the forum.
Yeah.
And the original article here is from The Verge. Let's go ahead and pop that up. Google to start charging Android device makers a fee for using its apps in Europe. And then Android will still be free and open source. So
the operating system will be, but not the apps.
That's good.
So they want people to make their own apps?
So basically they're changing the way that they license their suite of Android apps in Europe, leading the company to charge a licensing fee for the Play Store and other Google apps for the first time.
Play Store.
For the Play Store. So in the past, I actually, this is something that I wish I had kind of looked into before the show, because I remember going back like 6-7 years ago, you could get Android devices that didn't have the Play Store. Like, it'd be like weird knockoff ones.
Remember that super terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't have the Play Store.
What was that stupid thing called? Neptune Pine.
Neptune Pine.
Yeah,
I had to like do a bunch of crap to it to like force the Play Store on.
And then I remember back at NCIX, one of the other product managers brought in this, like, I don't remember, whatever the price point was. It was like unheard of at the time, like a $150 tablet or something stupid like that. And it didn't have the Play Store. And I picked it up and I kind of went, wow. I mean, at that time, I think it was called the, what'd they call it? Android Marketplace?
Like
Marketplace?
that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, it didn't have it. And I kind of had this realization. I was like, wow, without apps, this is really stupid. It doesn't really do anything. And you could install it, but I think it might have involved rooting it or something ridiculous like that.
It's a pretty annoying process.
Anyway,
it's not very user-friendly.
It's a dumb process. And so that whole thing kind of went away. And I'm sure Twitch chat or YouTube chat is like flipping out about, me not knowing exactly.
It was Android Market or something like that. I think you were pretty accurate on that one.
Oh, I was on the phone with Google. Someone, who is this? The Birdie T says, you were on the phone with Google. Finish a story for once. Come on.
Wow.
I was on the phone with Google. The first thing I said was, thank you very much for going down last week. It was hilarious. And also, yay, float plane. Float plane for life. Okay, so
yeah, it was called Android Market.
Android Market, yes. I said Marketplace, didn't I? Shouldn't have hedged my bets.
I think you said both.
That's okay. All right. So basically, the changes came in response to a July ruling by the European Commission, which fined the company $5 billion for antitrust violations and ordered it to stop illegally tying Chrome and search to Android.
Superchats.
You have got to be kidding me. That
I think he's actually doing it.
Actually doing it. See, little does he know that he's screwing himself. Okay, I don't even think I have it. I'm gonna have to open it up over here in order to show this to you guys, because I don't think I have it set. So Steve from GamersNexus clearly wants his credit card deactivated by his whatever credit card companies they have in America, and however that works down there. Where even is the live stream here? I hate this so much. I hate everything that's going on right now. I just want the live dash. I'm gonna have to type it in. You know what? I'm just gonna have to type it in myself. Live_dashboard, because it's not there. Oh, it's under live
probably
stream.
Live stream.
You know what? I typed it in myself, and I didn't even have to guess at 10 of the characters. So I don't even care right now. But here, let's go ahead and screen share here. So last week, after the WAN show, in my wisdom and generosity, this was all about generosity.
Yeah.
Especially generosity.
Yeah.
I went over to Steve from GamersNexus's live stream, and I was helpfully, trying to make sure that he can keep the lights on over there, you know? Yeah. Because I really respect the content that he makes, and, I know that the competition with Jay took a real toll on him. Financially, mentally.
Takes a lot of resources. You got to mine a lot of minerals.
Emotionally, And so I was trying to help his company by contributing via super chats to his stream a total of, I think it was about $32 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
And so he apparently is determined to give it all back. So far he has contributed 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has contributed. Did he send a 10?
There was one that was 2.
There's 2. So either 9 or 10 US dollars. And if you believed everything I just said, then I have a bridge to sell you, because actually this was my plan all along. Because I knew that he said he was going to give it all back. But my contributions are in Canadian dollars, and his are in US dollars. I'm effectively making 30% profit if he gives back all the money he contributed.
It's pretty sweet.
Except the joke's kind of on both of us because I think YouTube takes
YouTube's
30%
taking chunk.
40% in super chats.
So really, we're just giving YouTube a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Heck
So
yeah.
thank you, our YouTube overlords, and of course, thank you, Steve. We love you all. We love you all, especially Steve, and especially our YouTube overlords. Jeez, you guys. You know what? You know why I bet he hasn't done it in like 5 minutes here? I bet his credit card flagged him.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was trying to send him, so I sent him a super chat earlier in the day, or I think Nick did it or something, just to like mess with him. I don't remember even what the context was. Oh, right. It was during his overclocking stream while he was trying to beat us because we wanted to make him call us out. I'll give you guys the background. We wanted to make Steve call us out because he acknowledges all his super chats because he's actually a nice streamer. We miss so many of them because we suck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was like, LOL, guys, whatever. We made him read something really stupid, I think. So he gave it back. And I was like, no, this will not stand. I want this contribution to go through. So the idea was I wanted to make it an awful lot of work for him to refund them. So I was sending them $1 at a time. Now, the problem is that sending a series of small transactions
really fast
and then a large one is a great way for your credit card company to think that you are a user who has stolen that credit card number and is kind of checking to make sure it works before they make a big purchase. And so what happened was I was sending all these $1 super chats, and then I got he held up like an LTT t-shirt on stream, and I wanted to be like, yo, nice shirt, and go like all out. So I sent him like a $50 or $100 super chat or something like that. And then immediately it was like, your card was declined. I was like, oh crap. So it took me like 10 minutes of like sitting here on the phone. Like I really dedicated time to trolling Steve because heart that guy. Oh, wow. That's weird. They're not loading here. The super chats aren't loading on my laptop, but they're loading up here. He is still sending them. Oh,
apparently, I was informed that he intends to send 100.
He intends to send 100? There's no way. There's no way.
Now Tech Deals is
now Tech Deals is sending super chats. All right, Jason. Chill. Everybody just calm down. I need everybody to relax for a minute here. All right. So let's go ahead and jump back into our topic here because I take user feedback to heart, and we should just finish a story.
Finish a story.
Yeah, finish a story for once. So the European Commission fined the company $5 billion for antitrust violations, ordered it to stop illegally tying Chrome and search apps to Android. Okay, now hold on. Okay, I will finish the story, I promise. But how is it that Microsoft has somehow slipped under the radar with
Edge?
And I'm not trying to like engage in whataboutism here.
And OneDrive?
How
and
is
everything else?
That seriously, what they do now is so much worse than what they got fined for before. The way that Edge pervasively prompts you to use it without any way to disable the behavior, like, and there's probably a regedit somewhere or whatever. I'm sure there's a way to disable it. But without any user-friendly way to disable the message should be illegal. And yet we're concerned about Google. So anyway, Google was bundling its search engine and Chrome apps into the operating system. They also blocked phone makers from creating devices that run forked versions of Android, and it made payments to certain large manufacturers and mobile network operators to exclusively bundle the Google search app on handsets. So before, Google didn't charge for Android and its apps because of the revenue brought in through Chrome and search, and for whatever reason our notes doesn't contain this, but also the Play Store.
Yeah.
Google takes the cut. That's why Epic Games wants you downloading Fortnite directly through their site and enabling the trust third-party side installs thing, because they didn't want to give, what is it, like 30% or something stupid like that? Like it's a significant portion. And when you're like a multi-billion-dollar business like Fortnite, 30%.
A lot of money.
Heck of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So before they didn't charge for it, but since the pre-installation of Google Search and Chrome together with our other apps helped us fund the development and free distribution of Android, we will introduce a new paid licensing agreement for smartphones and tablets shipped into the European Economic Area. So now, in Europe, Android is free, But the Play Store and many of Google's other apps like Gmail, Google Maps, and YouTube will be bundled together under a paid licensing agreement. Chrome plus Google Search can be added on top of that agreement for free, but it isn't required. So it's not clear yet at this time how much the fees will be. One thing we do know is this won't be driving costs down for Europeans who already pay more than North Americans for the equivalent devices.
Yeah.
Isn't that like, should we do like a dedicated video on the utterly crap-tastic pricing of tech in Europe?
That would be really cool.
Because how often do you see it where for some reason, and it's
well, remember, okay,
yeah.
this is a slightly behind the scenes thing, but remember when I wanted to make that video of like buying technology, the experience of buying technology in different countries?
Yeah, we did one episode in like Switzerland.
Did we actually do it?
Yes. You filmed it.
I didn't think we released it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't very well received. But
yeah.
It was kind of rushed. But it was a concept.
Quite rushed. But yeah.
Could have done better.
It kind of sucked. Like there was a store that was really cool. I remember that. There was a I think it was called Media Markt. And it was a really cool store because they had lots of keyboards on display and all this kind of stuff. But everything was wicked expensive. Like it was rough. It's brutal. And like dealing with different mods on the forum, on the Linus Tech Tips forum that happened to be in Europe or Australia or New Zealand or like other areas kind of like that. It's always just wicked how expensive their stuff is. For a long time, I thought it was VAT. Because I know a lot of prices have VAT bundled into the price, which is actually really cool. Yeah. And North American prices...
It's nice to know how much stuff actually costs before you pay for it. It's like, oh, plus tax, plus tip. I'm like, okay, so how...
Potentially service fees.
How much does lunch cost then?
Yeah, who knows? And yeah, North America, it's not included in the prices. So sometimes that can explain the delta, but very often it's even higher than that. Makes sense.
And the crazy thing is, like, Canadians whine a lot about how much we have to pay for stuff. And there are things up here that are more expensive just because of our, not just because.
There's Canadian products that are cheaper in America than they are in Canada.
Partly because of our large geographical coverage and partly because of our low population density and partly because of a wide variety of other reasons. But there's lots of things that are more expensive in Canada. But tech, by and large, isn't really one of them. Like back when I was working at NCIX and Newegg was on the verge of its launch in Canada, it was really funny because NCIX at that time had a pretty good reputation for taking care of customers for the most part, but in some cases it didn't have the greatest policies. It adhered to its policies, but some of them weren't that customer friendly. Things like restocking fees and pretty limited RMA windows for certain categories of devices, all that kind of stuff. Like if I was buying something like a monitor, even when I worked at NCIX with my staff discount, I'd still buy it at Best Buy because that way if I have a dead pixel, I can just return it. Whereas NCIX had their like dead pixel policy that you had to buy on top of the price of the monitor. Anywho, so a lot of the disgruntled customers who weren't happy with NCIX were rejoicing that Newegg was finally going to come to Canada and bring its amazing pricing to Canada. And then they launched, and it was like a giant wet fart because NCIX's pricing was never that bad.
Yeah.
The bad pricing at that time was primarily due to fluctuations in the US-Canadian exchange rate and the inequality of the US-Canadian exchange rate. And
for a while there, Canadians were used to price parity, even if there was a difference in dollar value. So we were used to the idea where if our dollar was worth less, it would still cost the same amount of total dollars, regardless of
here we
difference.
go. So the last time that the CAD and the greenback traded at par was July 22nd, 2008.
Womp womp.
So after that, people were getting frustrated because I think it got as bad as like 1.45 CAD to the US dollar, something stupid like that. And so people were like, oh, it must be because, gouging Canadian retailers or because manufacturers charging more to Canada. But actually, it was just the difference in our currencies.
The dollar just sucked.
And so, right. So Canadians whine about the pricing up here, but compared to how Europeans get it, I'm really glad to be in Canada because you'll see a new product launch and it'll be like MSRP $5.99 US dollars. And then based on a 1.3 exchange rate, which is what we're looking at right now, that'll be about $800 Canadian. But then you'll see it be like, you know, 5.99 euros and 5.99 pounds. I'm kind of looking at it going, now hold on a minute. Now, it makes sense that Canadians have a higher dollar value price to pay because our dollar is worth only about 4 of ours to 3 American dollars or something along those lines, I think. But for Europeans, their currency is worth more. So why isn't it $4.99? As far as I can tell,
you gotta remember the VAT thing, but still.
There's the VAT thing, yes. But as far as I can tell, manufacturers are taking more margin from European customers. And you can make the argument that from like a sort of relative cost of living and relative earning power perspective, it's not really costing them any more. But I don't know. That might be bad.
Still
right?
kind of brutal.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Everyone's just repeatedly pointing out the VAT thing.
Yeah.
We've been saying that since the start of this conversation. So
we are aware of that.
Thank you.
The value added tax. What is the value that it adds?
You feel good inside.
Do you?
When you pay it.
I feel good.
That's the added value.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I get it given to me like that, it's definitely my insides that feel the best. And on that note, speaking of my insides feeling the best,
wow,
Savage Jerky.
Oh, that's highly applicable.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Mojo Habanero.
Oh.
That's a hot level, but not a maximum level. I actually want to try that. I'm going to have some maple buffalo bacon first, though, because I'm just like so excited right now. Savage Jerky. They set out with the goal of making a delicious snack that's not bad for you. They make their jerky without nitrates or preservatives. And they've got 13 different flavors, like their sriracha bacon and maple buffalo bacon, which is my personal favorite. And they also make barbecue sauce, which I actually haven't tried, but I really want to now, because they also make hot sauce, which is flipping awesome. That hot sauce I took home. So far, all I had put it on was like some pasta. That's a normal thing. Is that a normal thing? Putting hot sauce on like a... I
actually don't know, but I did it too. So
like just a red sauce meat pasta.
Yeah,
okay.
That's gotta be.
Okay, it's whatever. It's good.
Red sauce and meat with hot sauce makes sense.
Hadn't had it on a burger yet. Oh,
I still haven't had it on a burger.
Sharp cheddar cheeseburger, a little bit of hot sauce on there. Oh, it was so good.
What is the one that you got?
I don't remember. But I'm just gonna hold on to the jar and make sure that I get the same one, because I'm the kind of person that once I find something I like, I don't tend to branch out much. So I'm just sticking with
those chicken boxes that we no longer have access to.
Yeah, but I mean that was something where like I was kind of forced to try it by the sponsor spot that we were doing, where we were featuring their hot sauce. I didn't want to like talk about how great it is without having tried it. So I was like, I need to try it, and I was like, wow, this is good. The Tabasco is done. Yes. I know Tabasco is like the world's most boring hot sauce, but it was like what I was used to, and I don't switch, but I switched. I don't regret it. Anyway, they have a trick or treat promo this weekend only. Use offer code LTT, you'll save 13% instead of 10%. And if you order 3 bags or more, they will throw in a trick or treat with either a maple buffalo bacon or a Carolina Reaper at no additional cost.
What's the trick?
I think the trick is,
you don't get to decide.
Go fast or you don't get the deal.
That's fair.
This WAN Show is also brought to you by Squarespace.
Yeah.
Create a beautiful website with Squarespace's all-in-one platform. Their award-winning templates make creating a powerful online identity even easier than ever before. And every template can be a starting point for a wide range of projects. Squarespace provides... Oh, so good. Okay, I'm going to finish this first. No matter what you want to do, whether you want to make a website about your love of jerky, create a sign up an informational page for the local sports team that you help coach, or whatever it is, Squarespace makes it easier. They provide award-winning 24/7 customer support via live chat and email. You can even attend their live webinars now and check out their help guides. And you can now transfer your third-party domains to Squarespace. That's been a feature for a while. Whatever. Instead of working with multiple vendors to maintain your online presence, you can manage all your domain and billing settings with Squarespace. Squarespace also includes an online store, allowing you to manage your products, orders, and inventory with every one of their sites. So head to squarespace.com/LTT and use code LTT to save 10% on your first purchase. Bringing us finally to... Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so it's supposed to be the 3 videos.
There's 3 videos?
See
Oh.
that's what I didn't tell you about at the beginning.
Okay.
So you click on one, we talk about it till that video ends, and you click on the next one, we keep talking, you click on the next one, we keep talking.
Neat.
That's what's on screen during this spot.
So this video is brought to you by SmartDeploy. So I start it now?
Click, yeah.
How does this work? Wow, look at that.
There you go.
Wow, this is so slick and fancy.
Yeah.
SmartDeploy is a modern computer imaging software that offers IT control and efficiency through centralized single image management and pre-built device driver packages. If you work in IT, you might be familiar with old school disk cloning tools, because back in the day, you needed a separate image for each computer model. And when you have thousands of users, it can be pretty tricky to keep a library of 10 plus images up to date. That, haha, there goes another one, is why SmartDeploy was created. It's hardware independent, so it allows you to deploy just one image to any computer model. So you can download SmartDeploy and search their library of over 1,200 platform packs. We checked out the business class models that we have here at Linus Media Group, and they have a ton. They also offer one-click user data migration for simplified migrations to Windows 10 and zero-touch network deployment imaging over the internet. So you can set it up in an afternoon. So we're giving away 15 free licenses. Oh, that's
Nice.
pretty cool. With 1 year of support to our viewers. So that's $655 worth of free IT software. If you're not in IT, then you don't have to take it, but you could send it to your friend in IT. That would be a good idea. So if you work at a company with 50 to 50,000 computers, head to smartdeploy.com/Linus and claim your free SmartDeploy licenses. Oh, it's kind of neat. Like, they gave us this whole thing that I don't think we're going to make it all the way through, but I think you guys mostly get the point. Oh, there's the platform packs. Neat. Look at that. Surface Book. Surface Book 2. Wow. Oh, yes. No, Surface Book 2 is not the one that's, like, very, very new. That's just the one that's, like, pretty new.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, we should do some topics on the WAN Show this week. Can you tell me the exciting
sure.
thing? I'm dying here.
That was it.
What was?
We had videos for an ad spot.
Really?
It became insanely less exciting when the video played in the intro. And I was like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I waited... How long have we been broadcasting?
34 minutes.
I waited half an hour for that? Dick.
I only bring the goodness, all right?
Okay then. So Samsung's device mobile design roadmap is out in the wild. This was posted by Baobuzu on the forum. Let's go ahead and pull this up. And this is the fancy display tech that Samsung apparently wants for its future phones, and it sounds amazing. So this is a written article, so there's not really going to be a whole lot for me to show you guys there.
They want to have fingerprints under the screen. They want to have under-screen sensors, including camera. They want to have under-panel sensors, vibrations that emanate from the screen, haptics on display,
Wow.
instead of like down and below, which should theoretically feel even nicer. And screen sound technology, sound on display.
Wow. So let's go through these one at a time.
Neat.
So fingerprint reader under the screen, that's kind of done.
Yeah.
So Vivo's got, I think, a couple of phones now that have fingerprint readers under the screen. In
Yeah.
fact, the rumor is that the Samsung Galaxy S10 will have a fingerprint reader under the screen. I'm going to be so thrilled because as much as I like iris scanning and facial recognition and all that good stuff, I don't know. Something about me and the way I use my phone, it sits on my desk next to me a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why I've never really been a huge fan of the fingerprint sensor on the back. And
Yeah.
the way around it has been whether through Face ID for Apple or whether through...
But
Yeah.
what are you using it for when it's on your desk?
I don't know, just like looking at notifications or like sending a quick message.
But what
or whatever.
notifications and what message wouldn't it be faster to do on your computer?
Twitter. So, okay, so Twitter, for example, for whatever reason, like on the desktop, you can't be logged into 2 accounts at the same time. unless you have or use two different browsers or you use an incognito window or whatever the case may be. So on my phone, well, I have my multiple Twitter accounts, so I can, if I get a notification from when I'm not logged into.
Yeah,
well,
no,
then,
that's fair. All right.
so there's a reason.
Yeah.
So I like it, and the workaround has always been iris scanning, facial scanning of some sort, or just picking the stupid thing up, or like keying in the pin, which feels like dinosaur technology to me at this point. Every time I have to do it, I'm like, really? So I am amped to hear that we're going to be looking at a fingerprint scanner under the screen, hopefully, on the Galaxy S10. This other stuff is getting even trippier. So it looks like Samsung is so anti-notch that they would rather ride it out until they can manage to put a camera under the screen. So if you have a fingerprint sensor on the front and you don't need to have like a fancy dot projector array or anything like that, then there would be no need for the notch as long as you can do the camera. So if you got the fingerprint and you got the camera both working through the display, then theoretically we could go completely full screen for the phone. You're distracting me. What is going on here? Oh, there's bots.
I think like a little, yeah.
And that's without doing things that are neat, but will obviously compromise the longevity of the device, after a while. Like I haven't yet seen any real evidence that the Find X and the Nexus are going to fail, with their cameras that come in and out. But I mean, with the amount of I remember, actually, this is a funny story. So I ended up with Nick's iPhone 6 for next to nothing because he was like, yeah, it doesn't charge anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. So I bought it from him and sold him my 6S for super cheap because honestly, I just wanted it for I listen to music or I listen to TV shows when I sleep. So I wanted anything with a headphone jack that's got good app compatibility is fine, but it was like $50 or something stupid like that. So heck yeah, I'll use an iPhone 6 for that. I don't care. So I was like, yeah, sure. You can trade in. You can trade in the iPhone 6 for the iPhone 6S and I'll see if I can fix it. So the fix was a safety pin picking out the pocket lint in the lightning connector. And I was like, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that worked pretty well.
All right. Womp womp.
So anyway, where was I going with this? Right. Even a very well-designed mechanism, one with no moving parts. I respect the lightning connector.
Yeah.
It is a great connector. It was so far ahead of its time. Back when Android phones were using gimpy micro USB connectors. So if that can manage to fail because of pocket lint, then I think that a moving, retracting camera doodad really doesn't stand a chance. Like some of them will die. So if we can get the camera and the fingerprint under the panel, then we really unlock the possibility of truly full screen phones that won't be unreliable. Now, vibrations that emanate from the screen and sound that comes from the screen. We've actually seen that second one before. So not a lot of people watched this video, so I'm guessing a lot of you missed it. Were you at CES the year that Sony showed off their TV that had no speakers?
Yeah.
Okay, did you ever listen to it?
No.
Okay, so I managed to get a private screening in the back room where they weren't really showing it to press, but they were showing it to partners and customers.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. It sounded great. Like they did the whole thing. Have you ever been to a Bose store?
No. Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been in the room where I guess this would have been a long time ago, but I remember going to a Bose store and they had this whole demo room set up in the back with these fake speakers that were actually just little wire things with a cloth over them and a handle on the top so that they looked like a box, but then they could pick them up and there was nothing under there. Oh. And they had this special TV that had a bunch of side firing and upward and downward firing speakers. It wasn't a sound bar. This was when they were doing surround, somehow firing it out of the TV in this special room. Anyway, I had a similar experience in the Sony booth where they were like, oh, where do you think the sound is all coming from? it's just coming from the display. I mean, of course, there wasn't much of a big reveal because the reason I arranged to get into that back room was that I really wanted to hear it.
It was pretty talked about.
I already knew where the sound was coming from, but it sounded really good. Because if you think about it, fundamentally, what makes sound? What are speakers? What?
Someone in chat said it works great until you crack the screen.
Why would you crack the screen? How'd you do that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
So remember, this is the same panel technology that they are literally using to make curved displays. Like a little bit of vibration is not going to kill it. Like if you ever, I mean, obviously you're not going to get like rockin' bass out of the thing or whatever. But no, it sounded good and it was fine. It was fine. Like when you touch it, it's just like it's not like you can barely make out the image for all the shaking or whatever. And I've actually wondered for a while why it is that technology hasn't made its way to phones, because it's such an obvious, like I'm sure there are many technological challenges with taking that technology and shrinking it into something you can actually hold.
I mean, handheld is going to be a big problem.
But it's such an obvious way to get past needing that earphone speaker and needing that well, I guess you'll still need them. I wonder if you could, I mean, you probably could use it as a microphone as well.
Use what?
Just the vibrations of your voice on the screen. Probably it wouldn't sound very good, though, so we'll probably always need
you'd
the
have a
microphone
lot of problems with other noise in the room.
Anyway, if and when all of these techs roll out, we could be looking at a completely bezel-less and maximally waterproof design. Unless, of course, Samsung continues providing us with headphone jacks. When do you think it's going to happen? When do you think there is going to not be a single flagship device on the market left with a headphone jack?
I don't think it'll be too long. Or there will be one company that's just their shtick, and they just don't drop it for a long time.
Who else is left? Right now, I think, are we already there? Like, who other than Samsung makes a flagship class device with a headphone jack?
Yeah, but Samsung would totally be one of those companies that would be like, no, this is just how we do it. Because they've been trying so hard for so long to differentiate. Like, they've actually been trying really hard for a while. They've been making their own apps, even when people hated them viciously. They did not drop their own apps at any point, because they're like, no, this is our stuff. And then apparently now they're a little bit better. I haven't used a Samsung phone in a while.
I still don't use them.
Yeah, but they're still trying.
Clearly.
They're still trying. They finally went a very unique direction in terms of colors. They're really trying to differentiate themselves. They might try to hold on there.
I've got people saying OnePlus. I don't know if you've seen the rumors
LG.
for the OnePlus 6T, but it doesn't look like it's going to have a headphone jack.
Yeah.
LG maybe. So what is this, a South Korean thing then?
Maybe. I could see it.
Are wired
They
headphones?
do some interesting stuff. Like, remember when they had radios? Radio
Yeah.
antennas and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That was localized. But they've always been a little bit different in terms of their personalized technology.
That's really interesting. That because LG also gives very many Fs about the audio quality of their phones. Like they go as far as to put better quality DACs, and that's like a real selling point for them. Interesting.
You know what sucks for me right now? I was on a first gen Pixel, and I skipped Pixel 2 because I was like, that phone looks amazing, but I don't need it. My phone's still fine. It's only a year old at this point. No big deal. Now we're at the next generation of phones.
You better grab a Pixel 2 before they're all gone.
And I hate all of them. What? And like, I feel like it's just a terrible time to buy a phone, because it looks like the next gen will be pretty nice. Just with the like, okay, these are all the shortcomings this year. They'll probably take care of it next year kind of stuff. And last gen was pretty good. But this gen is just kind of...
You know, I've had people... so I released a fairly unpopular video this week.
You did, yeah.
With basically my criticisms of the iPhone XS. There are a couple things I got wrong, but by and large, I stand by the majority of the complaints. As petty as they might be, like I acknowledge in the video that they're petty. They are very petty complaints.
I think people sort of miss that part.
But maybe the issue here is... And anyway, so one of the comments on that video was that it seemed like I was riding the Note 9 pretty hard. And that there was no kind of rational explanation for why I liked it so much. And I was thinking about that. Why do I like the Note 9 so much? Because they trade blows sometimes, but by and large, the iPhone XS does have a better camera, even if it's not in a way that makes a huge difference to me day to day. And the Note 9 has a clear advantage, like in my dimly lit house, taking pictures of fast-moving targets like children that don't hold still. Like there's reasons that I personally prefer
Fast
the Note
movers.
9. Yeah. But the iPhone XS objectively has a better camera.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do I like the Note 9 so much? And I think the answer was because that's exactly what they did. They took the last gen and didn't change anything other than tweak the couple of things that were bad. And that was okay.
My argument here is going to be a bit in support of you. You release 1 billion videos every day, release every day on multiple channels. You don't want to regurgitate yourself 1 million times. If people wanted to know about the Note 9 stuff that you like, they would go watch the Note 9 video. You don't have to re-encapsulate every single feeling you have in every single video. There has to be a little bit of that. I will defend the audience there.
Yeah.
I think, and there maybe could have been a little bit more in that video, but I don't think you needed an entire Note 9 review in the XS.
I think what people were more off put by was the tone of the video. It came across really whiny, and when
the music was a little.
When I was doing it,
music, but it was like. Bah.
When I was doing it, I even felt whiny, like I wasn't happy making it, and I think that made it so people weren't happy watching it. And you know, there were things that I think are longer discussions than just the offhand mentions that I made of them. So things like the Twitter app and there being only a handful of pixels that you can reach because the notch gets in the way of switching between profiles. You know, a lot of people are like, well, that's Twitter's problem. And my response to that is, I don't care. I'm the user.
Yeah.
Clearly, this notch design language has issues. I mean, it's got issues on the Pixel 3 XL as well. Like, look at this. In Google's own stupid apps, here's the stupid Studio app.
Dumb.
And the shade. I mean, you guys aren't really going to be able to see this, but like, the stupid shade at the top cuts off one of the words and affects the readability. And it's like, I don't want to be one of those people who just whines all day about the design. But that's bad design, and it's your own stupid app. How do you expect third parties to be able to keep up with this nonsense? So anyway, there's a follow-up video coming. I don't know if you know this.
I didn't.
So there's a follow-up video that's going to be called something along the lines of 10 great reasons you should buy an iPhone. And the idea behind it is that my personal feelings are out there. I've said what I think. But I don't want our videos to be affected by my personal feelings so much. And I think that what we effectively did in that video is we kind of took a crap on the people who own iPhones and love them without giving equal airtime to the reasons that iPhones are great.
And to add some context here, again, in defense of you, but not in defense of your video.
Thanks.
No worries. Is that we've always had a view where there's a device. Devices are for different people, essentially. I've thought for a while that my mom should probably have an iPhone.
Right, and she got one.
And she got one, and she loves it. And it was incredible how fast she learned how to use it. It was nuts. Like, remembering the pickup time for her to pick up an Android phone and learn how to use it. Like, I think it took sorry, Mom, I'm throwing you under the bus. I think it took probably over a year to get her to know the difference. Like, she would send text messages as emails, and we never figured out how she did it. And she would just do, like, there was just these, and there was problems like that across the entire thing, and they never went away, blah, 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 blah. She picks up her iPhone, and she's roaring immediately upon picking it up. The one problem we had was she got like a pop-up ad thing in a browser, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it for her. It took me a ridiculous amount of time, and I was super mad. We eventually figured out you have to long press, but like not quite as long as the other long press.
Okay. Which
in my opinion is really bad, but whatever, that's totally different. But other than that, absolutely loves the phone. It is the perfect phone for her.
Here's another problem with that video. Combat Wombat says, it's called a review, Linus. It's not your job to fillet Apple or Apple users.
I don't think that was a review.
It wasn't a review.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I think a lot of the Apple lovers were really upset about, was they missed that it isn't a review. The video is called...
I'm trying to
What's
find
it called?
right
Even
now.
Apple doesn't care about the iPhone XS.
Yeah.
Because that's really what inspired that video, was that watching Apple's keynote, they just didn't seem to give a rat's patoot about it.
So if you were reading like a magazine or reading an old an old school like written review webpage, this would be an opinion piece.
Yes. And that's exactly what it was.
That's where that would fit.
I kept seeing super chats coming in, but I kept thinking that they weren't showing up or something because I didn't realize
show
that
up on here.
they show up at the bottom, not the top. So
that's
Vibe Online, never going to give up the OG Pixel, going to ride it till it dies. I mean,
mine has a. Honestly, I probably would be. Maybe I should just see about replacing.
Yeah,
the
you got to
screen.
just borrow an iFixit kit from work and change that screen out. I did an iPhone 7 Plus the other night. It's like,
I'm still
honestly,
pretty happy with this.
phone repair is not. It's not that hard.
No.
Like, people make it out like some kind of black magic, but like,
If I could figure out,
yeah,
I wonder how hard replacing the battery is. Because
Yeah.
the battery could last a little longer.
probably easy.
If the battery could last a little longer and I could swap out the cracked screen, I'm stoked.
This is something that I think is a huge. I'm going to get back to super chats in a minute here, but this is something like great idea for an enterprising individual or company out there, free of charge. Have you ever tried to find an upgraded battery for a phone? Like, as battery technology improves.
But a long time ago.
Yeah, like a phone that is 3 years old now, and battery
My
tech has
S3.
clearly come a ways, and it's right around the time that those people are going to start needing to upgrade their batteries. I would love to have a trustworthy, high-quality replacement battery that even gives me like 5% more capacity than the original one. Because there's something a lot of people don't know about the batteries in their devices. Usually there's like a plus or minus as much as 5 or 10% of the actual capacity that you get versus the advertised capacity. And so if someone was willing to even just bin batteries so that you can buy a known,
Send me a premium one.
really good one. Yeah. Like a premium battery upgrade option. I would love that. If it exists, great, but I'm not sure.
The things I do on my phone don't require wicked performance, and the camera on the original Pixel is actually quite good. It's not flawless. The new cameras are definitely a lot better than it, but I also have a DSLR, so if I like really need a nice photo, I can just do that.
All right. GamersNexus and PC World are apparently crossing streams to join the lulls. Thank you, guys. J.W. Dickinson says, so you guys are like the Canadian mafia, laundering money through YouTube to gain some sort of monetary advantage. I'm on to you. Okay. No, we're all losing.
Yeah, YouTube's taking it.
Yeah. The EU has a chemical fee applied to electronics. This is from Brawl, probably about the difference in pricing. That may be true, but so does Canada.
Yep.
So there's that.
It might be higher. What is MKD?
A person asks, when is your next sleeper PC? Actually, we've got a couple of sleeper projects on the go right now. One of them is pending some pretty close collaboration with an as yet unnamed, but it'll come, as yet unnamed device manufacturer, where we're trying to get one of their displays separate from the actual device, and then we're trying to adapt regular DisplayPort to their slightly proprietary embedded DisplayPort so that we can do a sleeper iMac G3 that actually has a square display.
Yeah.
Because almost nothing with a modern screen has that aspect ratio anymore. And it's not quite right, but it's closer than you would probably think. So
Cool.
that's something we're working on. Another sleeper that we're working on is a sleeper rear projection TV. So rear projection, the cool thing about rear projection TVs was they had a lot of space in them, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to take a modern OLED or like quantum dot LCD and you were to put it in the front, figure out a way to mount it, get the sizing like mostly right, you could actually build a receiver, game console, gaming PC. Like you could build a bunch of cool crap into the back, and the whole thing would look
multi-device.
It would look
like
worthless to a thief.
Yeah.
But it would be like the banginest all-in-one home theater.
It would be so awesome.
Yeah, and it would probably even have like decent speakers because they did. You could probably even take like the area where they had their speakers. You could put like a really nice modern soundbar in there.
That's cool. I really like that one. That's really awesome.
We actually had a soundbar manufacturer reach out to us about a sponsored video recently. That is a great pitch.
Swapping out a soundbar.
Like the sleeper TV, though.
Yeah.
And using their soundbar to make it not only look, but sound great.
That'd be awesome.
Interesting. All right. Bashnit says, so much better than GamersNexus. I'm not saying that because I agree. I'm just saying it because it was like a super chat.
Yeah, you have to. You're obligated.
I have to. I'm obligated.
Yeah.
Oscar says, hey, Linus, wanted to thank you. Helped me make my first gaming PC. I love it when people tell me that. It's actually, like, awesome. Because the funny thing is, we don't really do build guides anymore.
No.
Like, last time we did a build guide was, like, over a year ago.
Something
like that. We used to do them, like, once a quarter. And the reason, in case you guys are wondering, the reason we kind of stopped doing them was, like, what's left to say? We have already done, like, the goal that I set out with when we started doing build guides was to make the definitive how to build a PC video. I feel like we accomplished that several times over with a variety of different themes. Like, you really can build your own PC using one of our build guides. And all that really changes from year to year is the model numbers. And even then, not much in some cases. So that's why we kind of stopped doing them. But that doesn't change that those are the ones that people really like. It's the first thing out of their mouth when they approach me at, like, LTX or CES or something like that. And it's awesome because that really is, you know, I think our job is to inspire people.
I love those too. My favorite one is that we, like, inspired them, their career. You know what I mean? Like, I got into computers, or I got into programming, or I got into whatever because of your show, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Steve from GamersNexus. My viewers say, you think my card got blocked. Is this a ploy to get more money out of me to prove that you're wrong? Yes. And I got that $5, man. I got it. It's in my wallet. Right here. $5. Boom. It's the new technology.
What a baller. It teleports right into your wallet,
it goes straight
physical form.
Yeah, Google Wallet.
Wow. It unfortunately converted to Canadian.
Yeah, bummer about that.
Sucks.
And you know what else sucks? This show's over.
The show's over, yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Instead of our intro, here's a message from our sponsor, SmartDeploy.
Press F in chat for the show.
Oh, wow. Wait, no. We actually got a new emoji for members.
Okay.
So we have memberships available on YouTube now. And I don't know, is it colon when you do emoji? I think it's... How do you type an emoji in a chat?
Well, LTT Twitch viewers have the same emojis they've had before.
Do they?
So whatever, dude.
That's cool.
You never called that out.
Hold on. No, this one's great, though.
Way to favoritism. It's just like Android in your iPhone video.
Wow. Hold on a second. Where is it? Oh, okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Colon LTT dragon with a capital D.
Oh, is it capital D?
That might matter.
Dang it. Oh, here it is. Yes! Woo! Did that not send?
Didn't work.
Go.
Yeah!
Yes! Did you see the dragon?
No.
You haven't seen the dragon?
I saw it come in and I saw it on the pallet. I haven't seen it out yet.
It's open.
Go look. Okay.
Go look.
All right.
Go look. I
have to, like, run past it. Yeah. Oh, God.
It's the best. It's the greatest.
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
Holy cow.
I know, right?
This is so cool.
I know, right? It's the best thing ever.
I've got, like, a little plush version of that, but I don't have that.
What the heck? Did someone just send 200? What is this? Is that 200 Australian dollars?
What? Seriously?
Because paying $3 a month on Floatplane doesn't seem like enough for Canada's hottest export. Luc Lafreniere says, add a donation button to Floatplane already, so YouTube doesn't get all my cash. Look, we're working on it.
Actually, that is a plan that will
eventually.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Bye.